Hello everybody, this is Niche German, or Derek. You can call me whatever. Like I said, I'm making an LMG guide series. And really quick about the series, it's a series I've been wanting to do a long time because I just want to give you a brief history when it comes to me in Modern Warfare 2. I found out fairly quickly in Modern Warfare 2 that for some reason I was really good using LMGs. So I put a lot of effort into using every LMG on all types of game modes with all the attachments on them, and I played more than just one game with said attachment on said LMG. I put a lot of time and effort into using all of them, and so that's kind of why I feel like I have some knowledge on LMGs. Really quick about this game, it's on terminal obviously, and the connection was not that great, so there's a lot of host migrations, so I had to edit those out when I went in and edited the video. So that's why some of the sections on this video are kind of choppy, but besides that it was a good game. So on to the LMG guide. Like I said, I put a lot of time and effort into it, and the first gun that I want to make a video about is the L86, and basically what I'm doing is I'm just starting from the top of the LMG list and working my way down. And I find it kind of funny that I'm doing the L86 first with my LMG series, because the L86 was actually the last LMG that I used and got good at and stuff, because I hated it. I used it a little bit before. It was just an awful gun. I couldn't do anything with it, and I just thought, this gun sucks. It's the worst gun in the game. It's an awful gun. So I went through and I used all the other LMGs until I had done everything with them, and I was like, okay, fine, I'll do the L86. And I went through and I did everything with it, and it took a lot longer than getting used to and getting it with the other LMGs, but once I was done, the L86 actually isn't too bad of a gun. So we'll start off with just talking about the stats on this gun. The L86, it has about a medium accuracy. The damage, the range, and the fire rate on it are really high, and then the mobility is kind of low. So the first thing you kind of need to address with the L86 is the accuracy. I use the grip on it, because the grip, when you put the grip on the L86, it takes that stat up like a good third, almost half of what it used to be. So the accuracy goes up tremendously when you put on the grip. It makes it a lot better of a gun. If you put the ACOG on it, it brings your range up, but that really doesn't help the accuracy. And I know a lot of people that would put the ACOG on the L86. You can do that. You can go through and experiment with all the attachments if you want, but I'm just telling you now, from all the effort I put into it, I found that the grip works the best. And then we'll go back to the ACOG here in a second. So my secondary, I'm just using the 44 Magnums, but that doesn't really matter, because like Black Ops, I tend to drop my secondaries, and in Modern Warfare 2 I don't even deal with it, to be honest. So I mean, it's there, but I never use them. So anyways, my equipment, I'm using Simtex mainly because I'm just trying to get used to the Simtex. Honestly, I like frags better, but in this game I'm using Simtex. So typically I'll be running frags, but just in this video I'm using Simtex. My special grenade, I'm using flash grenades because I like throwing flashes around corners before I go around, make sure I know what's going on and such. Blind people, get the upper hand on them. It's just a good strategy to get used to. Onto my perks. My first perk, I'm using sleight of hand. Oh, this part's really funny. Really quick, we're gonna watch this and then I'll get back to the video. Go around the corner. Oh, hey, what are y'all doing? Alright, anyways. First perk, I use sleight of hand because the mobility on this gun is so low. When you put on sleight of hand pro, actually, but sleight of hand is good too. You get ADS faster, you reload faster. It helps your mobility out. So I honestly think using sleight of hand with the L86 is a must. Number 2, my second perk, I use lightweight. That's because on all of my LMG classes I either try to use lightweight or marathon just to help with speeding up the class, because as you can imagine, LMG classes are slower moving classes, and I don't think it's a must to be really fast, but I like moving faster than what your person typically moves when they're just using an LMG, so I throw on either lightweight or marathon, and that speeds up the class a little bit. And then for perk 3, I'm using sit rep. I like using sit rep when I'm playing more with a team because I can help out my team and tell them where claymores are and such, and other enemy explosives. And it's a good perk when you're playing with a team. I will also use ninja on LMG classes, but that's typically only for games that really matter, like game battle games and such. And then you could also, my third perk I use sometimes on LMG classes is Steady Aim Pro, because as you can imagine, LMGs are pretty good with hip fire because they have a higher damage rate. So if you're in close quarters, hip firing is the way to go with LMGs. But typically you don't want to find yourself in a situation where you're in close combat with an LMG, because that's not really what they're made for, especially the L86. But if you put the grip on with steady aim with the L86, it's actually pretty good up close. So that's what I use with my L86. Like I said, I would go back really quick to attachments. Like I said, I use the grip on it. Some people don't like the sights on the L86. I'm not gonna lie, they are big and bulky sights. They are hard to get used to at first. It took me a really long time to get used to them, actually. But once you get used to them, it's not bad at all. And honestly, I don't think the sights are bad enough to where I would have to sacrifice the accuracy on the gun and get rid of the grip and put on a red dot or an ACOG or something like that. If you want to run bling and put both of them on, to put on the grip and a red dot, you can do that, but it takes off the sleight of hand, and then it makes it a lot less of a mobile class. So if you want to just camp an area and move really slow and don't care about speed and such, and you don't like the sights, you could put on bling and use the grip and the red dot or an ACOG. I wouldn't recommend that though, but that's just not my playing style. I like moving around a little bit, but not too much, because you're not supposed to move around all too much with LMGs. So really quick, I'm just going to go over the L86 before this game's over and kind of highlight the main points when it comes to using the L86. The first thing is, if you want to use the L86, you have to be able to put the time and effort into getting good at using the L86, because like I said, it's the longest gun to get used to, but when you do, it's a very good gun. The second thing is the grip is almost a must in my opinion, because the accuracy on the L86 is so bad without it. And then the third thing about the L86, it's kind of like the first thing of just putting time in, but you really have to get used to using this gun. When you get used to using it, it becomes a really good gun. Like I said, I used to hate it, but I put God knows how much time into it. Like, it had to be at least 3 months of playing this game straight with the L86, and I finally got good at using the L86. And once it's got grip on it, and you're using the right perks, and you're used to it, it becomes a really good all-purpose gun. You can find yourself, you know, shooting people right next to you, and then you can be getting long shots across the map with it. But honestly, I wouldn't recommend using the L86 unless you're really serious about LMGs. If you just want a nice, fun LMG to use, I wouldn't use the L86. So yeah, hope you like this video. Hopefully the next one will be a little bit better, because I'll be doing some more fun LMGs. So thanks for watching, and be looking forward to the next one.